Fernando Alonso's 2022 McLaren Elva is heading to the Bonhams Abu Dabi auction on November 25 ahead of the final F1 race of the season, and estimates say it should sell for nearly $3 million. The roofless hypercar was custom-built for the two-time Formula One champion, who acquired it only last year. He must not be a fan, as the Elva only has 3 miles on the clock. Still, he ordered it, and there's a chance he decided to take it for a lap around the block at some point, too. What matters is that this Elva was owned by one of the greatest motorsport drivers of our generation. Now I know what some of you may be thinking, one of our generation's most excellent motorsport drivers. Really? Don't you think that's just a bit hyperbolic? No, we don't. Let's have a quick rundown of the Spaniard's accomplishments. Not only is he a two-time Formula One champion, but at the time of his first win in 2005, he was the youngest to ever do it at 24 years old. For the next decade and a half, he was a constant competitor in the sport, placing on podiums and consistently giving others a run for their money. Then, in 2019, he decided to retire, which was the end of an illustrious career. Except it wasn't, because Alonso still had the burning desire to compete and win. This led to two 24 Hours of Le Mans wins for Toyota in 2018 and 2019, a win at the Spa 6 Hours, Fuji 6 Hours, and Sebring 1000 miles. He also won the 24 Hours of Daytona and became an LMP1 Endurance World Champion. He also competed at the Indy 500 and raced in the Dakar Rally before returning to F1 and gaining even more podiums at 42 years old. So yes, if you care about motorsport, he's a big deal, so it makes sense that one of his cars is expected to sell for so much, and it doesn't hurt that Elva is an incredible piece of engineering. Built by McLaren Special Operations, only 149 examples were made to give owners the ultimate, unencumbered driving experience of a roofless and windowless sports car with a 208 mph top speed. US-bound vehicles are equipped with a windscreen, however. Motivation is provided by a twin-turbocharged 4.0-liter V8 that produces 804 horsepower and 590 lb-ft of torque, which is good for a 0 to 60 mph sprint of just 2.7 seconds and a face full of bugs unless you use one of the complimentary helmets. The car looks incredible to drive, as McLaren F1 driver Lando Norris proved a while ago, whipping it around the famous Silverstone F1 track. One of its coolest features is its trick aerodynamics. On the hood there are vents, and at speed, a low-pressure zone is created that forces the air over the occupants to make the driving experience better. Of course, this wasn't good enough for US legislators, and many Elvas sold in the US came with a windshield. Thankfully, Fernando doesn't live here, so his car is wonderfully windowless. Originally sold for $1.65 million, the car is number 114 of 149 and came trimmed in a lovely silver and orange color scheme. It's a striking vehicle, one that any serious enthusiast would be thrilled to own. We imagine it should have no problem reaching the estimated sales price, netting him a nice payday, but not as nice as when he sold his Ferrari Enzo earlier this year.